To beat Verona, Bologna had to move the ball quickly. And so far, it's not particularly been a frenetic pace. Pobega. Fits it. Miranda. After dashes forwards. Castro. Reached that one first, but a one way off target from Santiago Castro. 80th appearance in all competitions for Bologna today. For Castro. There's no line clearance. So Lautaro Martinez. They went past. It's not posting the same numbers that Martinez is posting, that's for certain. Hego does well. Orban unhappy. And that played into him a lot quicker. Miranda. Pobega. Verona notoriously slow starters this season. I've conceded 5 goals in the first 15 minutes. How much is this campaign? There's Courts behind Nunez. Chassid for Juan Miranda to put in a dangerous delivery. And it's going to be taken quickly to Dominguez. Soiler. There's forwards for Bologna. As Dominguez is going to be unable to keep that in play. And you just feel, and this happens, it's a little bit of a missed opportunity. Everybody dying up there for Bologna. In the end, it's a 3-point taken quickly with no real plan or thought behind it. No goal kid for Montipor, and the leaves everybody forwards. Fits it, Foiler. Pavlovic first to bow. Holm. Striker to keep his footing. Saar. Pobega. Good pass. Struck. Finds Dominguez. Pobega. Miranda. Cross comes in, Odegaard, it drops to Salini, who slips. Did everything right there, he can't thought Salini. It was a really good control. Unlucky, very unlucky. He's being bad at it there. And you know that he was going to let fly with that right foot of his. Just loses his footing. If you can tell, as he drops him here, it's about head. That goes just wide, but nothing to need a case now the back. Between goalkeeper and defenders. Onto ball, the long ball forwards, fits it. Didn't see Batnad. Armania came out. That both plays a word to each other there. Miranda was risky, those passes, but this one reaches, fits it. Straight into Holm. Tania checked a little bit of pace here. Foiler. Miranda. Bologna remain one of the teams in Serie A with the highest average possession. Pobega, though, has come away from him. And a little drop to Davalia, checked his head. But they have to be quicker on the blur than that. They're on a team and like to press. This is going to be a Bologna throw-in. own cry of pain from Castro, but down is Razzi immediately waving Castro's. That's up appeals for a free kick away. Foiler. Just William Dominguez, and that's Serie to report. Dominguez away from his man. Surely a free kick, and it is, plus a yellow card. Knight Nunez. Monu commits the foul, and Nunez will be suspended for Verona's trip to Cremona to take on Cremonese. Cynical, despite still being pretty early in the game. Maurizio Mariani. Not very clear. He's not going to tolerate those kind of fouls. No card showed. Abdab's on the edge of the box. Abdab looks interested. This clip goal in as well. The dose to Odgaard. Mariani plays advantage. Bennett. Still going. Now finds Orban. Staying onside. Orban. Brilliant. Bologna with a textbook chance or attacking goal. Sunday's ball gets to Orban. The Nigerian has been crucial for Verona this season. Bologna have only got themselves to blame. Second time they've taken a free kick. A short. Bennett plays the ball to Orban. For where he is, he bends it around Ravaglia. It's a really good finish. Quality all round from the Verona players. Six goals. His debut Serie season. That'll give Dortmund. No problems for Bologna. Hold. That's bringing Odgaard. That's the corner, Odgaard. No, he doesn't. Dolchik's been divvied. Bentegodi. Yeah, it's slow some now. Said ahead of the game that this was the Verona side that was set up for defensive solidity, but with Star and Orban in attack, there's a lot of speed there as well. And it's a very similar chance for Verona. Not long before Orban's goal, their net. Wanted Orban to play him the pass, he never did. Dad choosing to play with his teammate there, and the ball lost cheaply by Holm again as Verona continue to show this desire to press and win the ball high. Verona. So, Mozza on the back of the collar, as soon as our other players. Fantastic support as well. Since that doll's gotten in really loud inside the Bentegodi. Zlati. It's been bounced around a little bit. Gift Orban here and there. Started his career in Norway before moving to Gent, then the Belgian Jupiler Pro League, then Lyon, then Ligue Tottenham in the Bundesliga, now Serie A. And it was the 5 European leagues. Just Orban's resume. Fits it. Now that it's offside. Problem for Bologna at the moment is in midfield. There's no real link between Destro, Orsolini and Dominguez. Floyd and Bodega. Darden is meant to play in that number 10 role, struggling to get himself in the ball. Capstro. This is Orsolini. Now Odegaard. Odegaard's crossed. So, a really good first touch. Well, battle chase. Sits it, gets rid of it. Odegaard. Kolb. That's it. Have to say, he's not looked particularly comfortable. That's in particular early exchanges. Hit him. Paul. So Link in midfield at the moment is missing home. Wanted to play the ball in. Bodega playing very high. Miranda. Veritic. Stroh. Stroh still. Did this only by Nelson. Foiler. Bodega. It's meets Miranda, but it came off Miranda last. Decision as a corner. Good ball by Miranda to pick out Castro. Just that Orsolini voted to go. And lucky not to pass out back to the floor. Corner for Bologna. Headed by Hecken. Tops of Orsolini. And Fleet hits being dimmed. You can understand why the referee stops the game, because it's a head injury, and so player health and safety is paramount. But why that's a free kick, and then it's a big question. Syntax in the box being given consistently to whoever goes down holding his head. Dominguez. This is Al-Maserati. This was on there. Hagen did really well. Now there's space. The whole another chance for a tap. Oh, look at the chat stroke. That edge. It's Orsolini who wins it. He goes down and he wins the free kick. Palantini did seem like he was pulling the Italian back. There he wins it. Orsolini and Palantini side of the jersey all the way. We muted those who lets Orsolini go. That could be a real problem. Bologna have had 2 free kicks. Is this finally going to go in the middle of the box for Bologna? Now to try to put in another sound delivery. Let's see. Madame was asking the question as to what Orsolini wanted to do. Looks to me like Orsolini here wants to go for goal. Foiler. Opens the angle for Orsolini. Superb. We've had to wait a long time for Riccardo Orsolini's first goal in 2026. But now that it's John, it's one of the goals of the season. What's a goal? This is by Orsolini. this 6-game job. The Serie A comes to an end in classic fashion. And sometimes you just have to hold your hands up and say well done. Square at the Bentegodi. Serie. Sal coming into the game that this could be one. It'll be a real thriller for the neutral. Bologna's recent form has made them fragile, particularly at the back. Bologna, before this run of poor results, had been a really solid defensive unit. And Italiano wants to return to that. Or Cellini. Miranda. Vitic. Odd yard. Well, Mancini holds his ground this time. Still a ball on the border. To Castro, he spins and hits the target, but also hits it straight at Montipa. Done. Maserati too strong. They're mad. Straight through to Uber. Zitic. Zain tackle. And it's Orban. Should have had a second. Verona creating so much on the counter attack. That's a perfect ball by Bradanic. Fired wide from the Nigerian. Another warning. So Bologna channel ease up for a moment. Castro. Cellini to stretch his legs there. Keep the ball in play. Will Cellini find Castro, and does find Castro. Now Hall. Borbegas in the middle. Miranda. Haddad wins the header, as does Borbega. Zitic. Borsellini, Castro. Dispossessed there, Santiago Castro. Bernard. Zeda. Good pass into Maserati. Space for him. It's Reeds Mias. On the way across to Bradanic. Bernard. Bradanic. Shadowed his weaker right foot there, Bradanic. Still alive for Verona and Bernard. Bernard. Split to win the corner. Orsolini. Oh, and shielding the point. Sound decision there from her. Orsolini to Freuler. Eventually Bologna clear. There that it's a chap strokes. This time it will be a free kick. $100 emoluments for Orsolini in Serie A. 17, 2 goals and 28 assists now. Similar to second goal, an important one because it's got Bologna back in the game. Nelson. Bernard. Beaten home there, Bernard. Just didn't have enough space to maneuver in. Freuler. And that's a really deep ball to Dominguez. Dominguez. Now Odegaard. It's 2. Jan Sodegaard with a rounded clever finish. Bologna in the lead, having gone behind early on. Miranda, and that pass into Dominguez has been on all game. Dominguez aware, clever, and Odegaard provides the finish. Really good Bologna merits. Full stretch, cannot cheat that out. Second time in the space of 10 minutes. Verona have to check off once again. With Orban's goal and the euphoria that followed it. Very distant now. So stop by home. Orban's header. A really inviting position. Seems to be an even bigger miss now for Verona. Nunez. To be pounded by Dominguez. That it's Saar, Bernard, Orban, and turns it to Saar, and he's away from Dizzy. Saar, Orban, just controls the ball. Miranda, Dominguez. Castro. Alright there, just slowing things down. And it has to be stronger in the challenge. To win that duel. Half an hour gone out of MatchHighlights and a really exciting first 30 minutes of play here. It's on forwards. Miranda. And to Castro. Dominguez. Freuler tidies up. Able to stop that going out for a corner. And this delivery. With a bite home and a some touchy that at play. Alia, Bologna, Team Sabo, Bernard, Musumati, Amiast, Wasamin. And Sensei Italiano's going absolutely berserk down the touchline there. Oh, dispossessed. Zitic a little bit earlier, dispossessed. Only losing the ball, and errors that are so dangerous. And Verona at the moment unable to convert. The ball's been gifted to them. Onzipot. Bega wins the header. Odgaard. Have to stay down. Mladenic, space, Beden. Mladenic. Sa. Away from home. Sa strides. So to deflection. And out of play. One thing that this Verona side have in abundance is character. We've seen it time and time again. They don't give up. They play on. They try to play entertaining football. It doesn't always work. But now that it's just corner, and that's throw away. Bernard to the awareness. Now that it's. Mladenic to take the throw. Valentini, Orban. Orban, it did quite sit for Orban. Yes. Looking to keep the rhythm high. Tonali was the one who said in the build-up to this game that his team had to move the ball quickly to trouble Verona, and so it's true, Verona to trouble Bologna, as Bologna did not look comfortable when they're in possession, particularly when they're in defence. But Mladenic arrives. Tizzi. Bennett. And Ballman. To Sa, lovely play. Sa, this time he tried to return it to Serie. Just Orban, Sa showed a few times that he's got a good understanding. Spent some really nice link-up play between both strikers. There you go, Dominguez. 10 minutes to go until half-time, and it's been a pretty breathless first half of football here in Verona. But have only collected 6 points so far at home soil this season. A victory against Atalanta and 3 other draws. Only once in the club's history Verona won fewer points on the home soil. 6 they have collected so far this campaign. Others in the 2015-2016 campaign. The Gialloblu were eventually relegated. Earlier. Bennett. Orban. Sun flag stays down. So now. Antini. That it's Orban. Somehow that's reached Stuttgart. Hodja. Dominguez. Foiler with space. Porcellini. Following him. Across it goes. Bobega slides in and goes behind for a corner. Good play by Bologna. Porcellini's not made any friends in this part of Italy. So he did V1 and a challenge with Valentini, which led to his equalising goal. And takes the corner here. It pounces just past Pobega. Not one Verona player attacked the blow there. Look at where it bounces. Surely that's Monty Paul's to claim. Nunez. Miranda. Orban. Tussling with fitting. Winning this duel would fit in. It's already fast. This Orban is powerful. I've just taken that late from him. Tastrad. Lovely pass. And Orsolini. Only one thing on his mind now, Orsolini. And it doesn't have the finish. Now from this position, Orsolini is completely isolated. Should have possibly played it to Dominguez. Five minutes to go until the break. Dominguez. Another at that. Alfoida. Took Bologna a little bit of time to find their feet. They have done now. Still feel Verona will have chances, particularly on the counter-attack. To do with increasing their lead. For big gap, just Haddon kept running. Nelson. That's a foul, surely it is. Yellow card shows it in. Ahmed Foster face of Burnett. So Martin Vitic starting to come out for the second half. Struggled in this first half.
Yellow card now as well.
And something which Verona He's clever, will try and exploit as much as possible. Noise has done up a notch once again. Paul did their stats. Oddard. Bologna have recruited a new centre-back during this January transfer window, Nathan Helland, set to join the club from Bern. Doing that, just knows no to be dotted and the teams to be crossed and strong. Santiago Calcio puts a finish in touch on what has been a spectacular first half from Bologna's point of view. Each of Bologna's goals have been excellent. This one may just be the best of them. Comes off the crossbar, makes it look even more spectacular. For the control, the technique that you need to do that. And that'll be a massive blow to Verona. Started so well for Paolo Zanetti and for the Gialloblu, but Bologna's individual quality has really come to the fore. Borsellini first, then a really good team goal. Odegaard set in, and that's all down to Castro's quality for Bologna's third. Yes. But across it goes, saved by the Valia. Dominguez, so they dropped it to the side. Two minutes added on. There's a neutral. You almost don't want this, but it's after end. It's been so enjoyable. It's it. Home. First half by showcasing their control for Bega and Anda. Salini. And bounce through to Ravalia for no rush now. Of the Bologna goalkeeper. There's to be frustrating to Verona. The attackers saying up, up. Two of Bologna's goals have come for the ball being played over the top and then put away. Really exciting and enjoyable first half of football comes to an end. Santiago Casso, Riccardo Uzzolini and Jens Sundgaard with the 3 goals for Bologna, all in answer to Giggs Dorbat, who had hope at the scoring. Difficult to take from Verona's point of view. Bologna heading towards their first win of 2026 and putting a run of 7 league games without a win behind them. Still 45 minutes left to play. And the Bray cheer. ForzaVerona-AntonioBentegodi for the second half between Verona and Bologna. It was a really entertaining first 45 minutes of football here in Verona. Gift Orban broke the deadlock for the Gialloblu before Bologna scored 3 unanswered goals. Means that at the break, it is the visitors who called a 3-1 lead. Substitution made at half-time. Unai Nunez, who was on the yellow card, makes way, and Tobias Saga makes his SerieA debut here. Verona with a lot of work to do in this second half. They trailed by 2 goals, having scored the first goal of the match. But Verona, as they have so often showed this season, too fragile defensively. Bologna ordering back goals for Odegaard and Rossellini in this game as the Rossoblu chase after their first victory 2026. Orban just before coming out for the second half, saying to his teammates, guys, I need to score more goals. Let's just stay calm and we play. They had opportunities to add to Orban's goal. Verona, Bernard had a decent chance. Orban himself with a free header from about 6 meters out, unable to hit the target. Still the Bologna are still the home and dry. But some really good work from Vincenzo Italiano's players in the first half. Took a little time for them to get going, but when they did, it was really the individual quality of their players that shot through. Even though Hot Bears just allowed Amin Sarr to take the pearl away from him. Sarr still going, so he went a little bit too far. Amin Sarr. Not to the first time. Emil Holm just gives the ball away in the highlight. That's really surprising. Should have flared it, so never did. Verona are going to have the final run of fixtures coming up as well, with 4 of their next 5 SerieA games coming against teams in the bottom 7 of the SerieA table. Up next they're against Cremonese, then it's at Udinese, and followed by that 3 massive games for the Gialloblu against Cagliari, Pisa and Parma. 6 pointers in terms of the fights to avoid the drop to Serie B. It's doing his best to try and inject energy and belief into his players. And Wakasonis down by the pitch there, picking up Zametris encouragements. Void up to Mafamo Svazzi. Fernandez. Shot by Serdar. Many high caliber goals in the first half, all around. Gift Orban with an excellent finish to give Verona the lead. Rossellini's equaliser was a thing of beauty. Odegaard's goal, very low constructed, and then Castro with a fine finish. Set to pick as to Anatron was best. Rossellini's probably just edges it in that respect. Bologna showing that they too have character and a little bit of steel in them. The pressure the players to deliver here. Castro beats Nelson. It's thought more by Tasha. Fantini. Now that it's Musrati. Styles headed on and all that. In behind. Liban still and wins the corner. Fights hard, Diftorba. Works hard for the team as well. It's a good thing Aranda was coming across to cover. Don Vitic was going to be catching Diftorba. Martin Vitic, who, unlike Unai Nunez, has come out for his second half despite being on a yellow card. But at it, Anselini, Hobjard, that's the Freuler, group there by Freuler. Yes, clearly the thing to head the ball and Freuler is further in a dangerous area. And logically, as with a free kick in favour of Verona. And Verona are going to have to score 50 here as they want to give themselves a chance. Fighting for something. Bennett. Hayden watched it. Forza leading with space to run into. And under. Odgaard to Miranda. And Stroller. Said trying something a little bit too elaborate, but it is going to be a free kick in favour of the Gialloblu. And as said, Hummels left knee of his. It's just come back from an injury which hadn't to out for a long time. Hummels and Nancy chooses to make some changes right away. And so I've said he's one of the players to make way. Roberto Gagliardini coming on and in place of the German. Al-Musrati is going to make way for Shivani. Well, so Warbat and Shivani set to play alongside each other. Disappointment there for Al-Musrati. Exactly good game as it happens. That's probably means a change in formation. That takes the free kick. Hagen. It's a little jab. Just a play from the centre back. Anselini. Anselini, flag stays down. Bringos. Miranda. Moved away by Stocksaga. So does Der Anselini, who's a long way offside as it happens. that at it. Nelson. We didn't see anything wrong with its challenge. It actually is as far as Nelson. Then Ed, first to it. Bologna haven't won 2 games in a row against Verona since 2017 and 2018. First to do so here, had one of the last meeting between these two sides, which was Bulsog and the Bentegodi. Victory for Bologna, Odgaard and Cambiati. Then ourselves on the score sheet. And Mosquera with a 8 goal for Verona, which in the end wasn't enough to instigate a Gialloblu comeback. Vitti. Foiler. Salini. Stopped by Bernard. Mancini. Nelson. Into Bogbo's luck. Miranda. Elias Windsor. And Star. Sergio Vane's even touched the ball yet. The Verona substitute. Elias one-footed by Odgaard. Dominguez. Odgaard. Descended by Verona. Allowed by Foyle and Dominguez. Gulba. Now we have Dini, Bernard. Sweet Brad, and it's stopped by Hahn. Hana has just turned into trouble of dead. Happy there, Verona not to come away with possession of the ball, and this needs to really reignite into a fierce contest. As the Verona goal. That is the Verona score next. Well, Bigger might have been called late by Nias. Certainly seemed that way by referee Maurizio Mariani. It will soon be back on European duty as well at the Europa League. It's been a Celtic to come. And then Cali Tel Aviv. Right time for Italiano's players to get themselves back into a winning run. And Samina today with a foul on, and Valentini might have just caught him with his studs. For Samini. He's shown a yellow card to that challenge. Then we have Didi, Saga. I did quite assured kind of back for Bologna. So the on Hagen. Bernard. Castro. The design by Nelson. Holder. Orsolini in space. This is where he could be really dangerous. Holt trying to stay with Orsolini. He's been fouled by Orsolini. Dominguez in the middle for the Bologna. Down 6-2 Chairman needs another Zanazzi. Possibly discussing how Verona can improve. Gonna staying. Astor Saga's headed clear. Warban drops to Dominguez. Didn't get the required pen on that. And now we're gone at the Bentegodi. Verona so far been unable to score a second goal, which would really reignite their hopes in this contest. Salini looks for Dominguez and finds it. Dominguez. Now Pobega. One way off target for Pobega. Dominguez, unselfish as he died a shot at goal himself, but for the ball that was from Orsolini first time. Had options. Castro to his left. Podgard in the middle. It's not the best play by for Pobega either. If Bologna too managed to hold up to this win, it'll be a very welcome 3 points for the Rossoblu. It's been a lovely and then last couple of weeks. It's a risk in Pobega. Just applying pressure on themselves there. They've done well though. Hot guard. Fernanda, Antini, now Giovanni. Ball back, loop to the offside. There's offside. There's a dead ball by Orban. Senza Italiano, clearly off there. The Nigerian, Senza Italiano, describing this moment for Bologna as similar to being boxed into a corner and tried to get out of that corner without being knocked out. That's Serie. Foiler. Guard sign. Dominguez. This is to Pobega. No, need a bit of a better ball there, Benjamin Dominguez. Giovanni to third. Eliabdina. Yes, with an option. Eliabdini. Quick feet from him. Now Son is very capable of being Sir. They'll score in spectacular goals. You've seen it before. Very difficult what he tries to do. Catches it really well as it turns out. They're on target though, the 24-year-olds. Valiant. Bologna themselves know how good Salah's finish him is. scored against them after Ronaldo last season. So a wonderful goal. Dominguez. And Dominguez also scored in that game. And is told to get up here by the referee. Good traffic by Foiler. Double change about to happen here for Bologna. Mitalamano, one of the two changes, and Ciro Immobile, who has an excellent record against Verona, is also Tommaso Pobega seems to be running out of gas a little bit. There's also a player who comes off here for the Rossoblu. Senza Italiano, that's just how important it is for his team not to concede the next goal. Hopkins, Dominguez. How wide it goes to Miranda. Bennett. Nelson. Bennett. Down the Abdeen. Chance here. Giovanni. Detan. They've had the same Hassan's acrobatic effort, but not his on target, the Brazilian. Getting a little bit closer. Abdimi played well since coming on. Giovanni. Those two done by Bologna. So, Benadic. Saga and the Abdini. Vitit. So that's picked out Mulvan. Watban. Hakim defends well. Bjorn Hagen's arm is across his doorband there. Similar foul in the first half was given. Fouled that offence. Nahamia. And Hobble wins the header. Immobile. And Odegaard. I'm trying to take the sting out of this Dane. Set it simple, low. Nelson. Sabini, Mono. There, and he just managed to nut one ahead of Valentini. Considering the 3 goals that they've scored here this evening, Bologna are the team with the most goals away from home this season in Serie. Another corner given to the visitors. And it comes by Dem. Scanti qua. Giovanni disappearing here. Giovanni to Urban. Bado it's at the far post. Orban. And it's gone in Orban. And Verona do have their second goal. And sharpen now. Pictures everybody inside the Bentegodi. It is going to be Hultbridge praying for a Verona comeback. This is exactly what Bologna were dreading. Orban has now scored and assisted in this game. Florida definitely have to make the challenge. It's not been headed up without an issue coming in. Unlucky proper skipper. What a game this has been. It's this kind of end-to-end football that gets you out of your seat. So enjoyable to watch. Possibly not for the coaches, but certainly for the neutrals and the fans. Giovanni. Blessed it is from the Verona fans. Nelson. Owensi by. Been a couple of fine duels between these two clubs over the last couple of years. 3-2 win for Verona that in Atalanta last season. Dominguez had scored the first goal. Bologna then had Pobega sent off. The contest of it right until the end, but they were unable to find the equaliser. Verona winning that one 3-2. It's 3-2 now. Miranda. Holm, Valentini, please. Zitzi. Paul. It's a really ambitious effort from Holm. I think he got an earful from some of his teammates, hence his justification of having to go a goal. 15 minutes left to play, more than 15 minutes left to play. Take it. Burnett. Stops target. Slows down by Dominguez. Miranda. screen from here. Scored no reaction from the referee. Odegaard. Giovanni won the ball. Tagliatella, Pigua, Giovanni. One back by Hayden. And the one have conceded twice, but one game Torbjorn Hegem's having. Paul Salini has to a lot of Dominguez there. So I don't want to contact him that. Orban's first. Ball an equaliser this was from Paul Salini. With so many players and bodies in the way. And to find the top corner. When Soddard then found the ball in corner. The Phil Santiago Castro. And a little bit of help from the crossbar. Deserved to score a third. Three of Bologna's goals done in the same area. Oh, quite wide. It's a lot. Change made here. Nias makes way. Falu Cham is introduced. Hakem. Straight to Valentino. He's on the bins. Italy blue shirts are in the middle. And goes behind for a corner. Comes to corner. Elson's there. And it checks this song. Yorta says. Babin Sars just face from point blank range. And the noise jigs James louder and louder and louder. Navalia. Paul Salini just clears. Immobile. Can't hold it. Bernard does. Does even better than that, Bernard. The last two January transfer windows, Verona have to sell their best players, their most promising talent, to raise funds and keep the club afloat from a financial perspective. But you feel that there are a couple of untouchables in this tune for Verona. If the Gialloblu want to stay in Serie A, Marco Baroli pulled off a miraculous achievement when he was able to keep them in the Italian top flight 2 seasons ago. But without Antoine Bernard, Diftor, and Giovanni Abelmonden, we wonder how the Gialloblu are going to stay in the elite of Italian football. Neil Hall makes way. Useful going forward. Hall, a little bit of a liability defensively this evening. He's not known for his. So the defending also comes on. He's more of a light midfielder than a light back. Sortel. Here's Ferguson. Peter Pan is on for Jens Odegaard to strengthen the midfield. Valentini's header. Gialloblu. Valentini with side. Through one tip one. Ballman was offside. He's not played the ball. Ten minutes left. Hopperly. Shot there from Valentini in the back. Both of them Hopperly. Those two still having words. Verona haven't got time to get involved in any of this. Going to be another change here for the Gialloblu. Solidatable to Zanetti and Verona. And it's Daniel Mosquera who comes on to start. A bit more of the physical presence. Top end of the pitch now. It just captures Orsolini's foot a little bit. Orsolini makes the most of it though. An early moment to Italiano. He knows that this is the game where his team cannot afford to drop points, particularly as they held a 2-goal cushion. Egypt here. Sergison. Morley looked by Mosquera. Sell back one, Mosquera. In it comes again. Away again. Shot on Orban from Sorter. Needless. Nice. From Nadir Sorter. Orsolini's on a yellow card. Has to be careful. Delaying the restart, delaying play. Of this has just taken away precious seconds. Monty Potter waves everybody forwards. Italiano said that if his team want to stay within touching distance of the best in the league, then they have to be near perfect and they need to start cutting out mistakes. Bologna haven't been perfect and they've made plenty of mistakes, but they still hold a one-goal lead, which is coming under threat here. Immobile, and this could be really dangerous. Immobile, Miranda slows it down. Intelligent from Juan Miranda. Softer. Ferguson. Foiler. Verona. Looking to press as a unit. Hated. Slapsaga, Freuler now, Dominguez. Dominguez is picked out on the Salini. Sorter right, Orsolini. Still Orsolini. Immobile. It's offside. See if Goodson's coming on. Sham. Straight to Verona. Ferguson. You can see the tension out there on the pitch. It's offside, given against Immobile. 5 minutes left to play now, plus any added time. Eliabdini tries to find Mosquera, does find it, but it's now Mosquera's turn to be offside. They still believe. Only about 100 Bologna fans in the away stand this evening. Supporters from the city of Bologna, the surrounding areas where slapped to the travel ban ahead of this game. Saw a number of problems between Como and Bologna fans during the last SerieA game. Mono, Orsolini, Dominguez. They've all back to Howard, Bernard, Chan, back to Bernard. Now Valentini. All back. Now that it's and Elson. Swap Saga playing at right back. Giovanni, drop with the shoulder. Giovanni sits Foiler down. Valentini. Out the corner for Verona. Danger. Verona's last corner nearly led to an equaliser. Inside denied by Navalia from point blank range. Glad that it's through the delivery. Held by Navalia. Such good goalkeeping. Takes all of the pressure off his defenders. Freuler. Ferguson. Back to Freuler. Orsolini couldn't keep it in play. Bernard. Got to start sending the ball on Verona. Giovanni. San went out. Dominguez can run in behind the centre-back's been on all game to Dominguez. Taking the ball away from Chan. Eliabdini. Winners to throw in Dominguez. Giovanni Fabian, who might be playing one of his last games for Bologna. And it's about to be thrown on him. What's the reason I go from? Was there all in? I asked Salini to play it to make way. It's his goal, which started the Bologna comeback for the his best this season. Fantastic goal. Someone he can't go and Salini. More often than not, you know what he's going to try and do, but stopping him is an altogether different matter. But Fabian on to see out the match. But it is worth happening. Plans to be needed here for Bologna. Always works hard for the team. Plenty of energy. Ben Ed. Topso Immobile. Debas. Marlon. Ferguson. Miranda. And the Frosty. Sabian. Sound given. If I heard correctly, that's 5 minutes of added time. It is. Quartier on the Verona, although much has happened in the last 5 minutes of play. Mosjena. And Ananda gets rid. Valentini. Multiply comes scoring. That's going to go straight to Navalia. Not quite sure what he's trying to do there. The Verona stipper. Martin, Sergeson, self down. Sergeson with jab. Orban is running on fumes, but he's still happy to keep on pressing. Slop Saga. It's very assured since coming on. Giovanni. Giovanni still. Beats two. Sergeson's tapping was clean. Monitor. Now Immobile. Space for Chino Immobile. Carries it to the corner. Just set by Gialloblu. What's pop? 3 of the added 5 minutes remaining. And Nelson claims. Again, the CT given against Immobile. Everybody forwards for Verona. Every outfield player inside Bologna's half. Monty Pop. Gialloblu said, but it comes off Gialloblu and goes behind for a goal chain. Precious chances. Side to slip through Verona's fingers. Maria clears. Gialloblu. Vitin. Has done very well, Martin Vitin. To play in this second half with the composure he has shown, despite being on the yellow card. Amaro captures Gialloblu. Everybody has to go in the middle now, surely. Valentini, Nelson. They're all up there. Gialloblu goes short. Bladaric looking to work the angle. Beam comes across. Melson. Swap Saga at Sapol, but there's a free kick given to Mara. That can't be a free kick. That cannot be a free kick. Nelson. Sabia. Oro. Astera. Naive there. To ball protection from Nicolamano. And looks like time is going to be up now. Ferguson sends it towards Dominguez. A special game of football comes to an end here at the MatchHighlights. Bologna put an end to a 7-game run in Serie A without victory. It's their first win of 2026. Bologna with 3 important points to get their hopes of qualifying for European football back on track. Riccardo Orsolini with a sublime equalising goal. So much happened in this game. A wonderful advert for Serie A. In the end, though, it's all smiles for Bologna and disappointment for Verona. Final score from the MatchHighlights, Verona 2.